This is our Zobel Museum. This is the first part of our tour. And this building represents the locker room for the New Jersey Zinc Company. The miners would come down here after work, and they would change out of their grimy clothes, take a shower. And we've converted this to just a general museum where we give the basic introduction before going inside the mine. As you can see, we have all types of different hardware, mineral specimens, and we filled up most of the larger expanse of the area. But then we had one problem. We have a shower area, and what can you fit into a long and narrow 40-man shower? Well, this is ideal for minerals. So we've put carpeting down, and we were given a great opportunity, the Orick family, and they were very generous. They like what we do here as far as education. And they are heavy-duty mineral collectors in their own right. They have a beautiful worldwide collection of minerals, very in-depth collection. And our minerals here from Sterling Hill are beautiful in the sense that they're fluorescing, and they look great in the dark under ultraviolet light. But on daylight, they're not that beautiful. They more or less look like concrete. So we needed some beautiful specimens to spruce the place up, and the Orick family gave us a deal, and that was if we were to buy 15 cases to their specifications with the proper lighting, fiber optic lighting systems in them, they would donate minerals to fill up those cases, and this was all go in the shower area. So we now call it the Orick Gallery, and that's along the easterly edge of our building. So we got the cases and we put them in place, and then the magic happened. We received the specimens, and we put the specimens in, and we turned on these wonderful fiber optic lighting systems, and it's just amazing, the beautiful crystalline specimens in there. These minerals survived the mining process, probably blasted out, taken home in miners' lunch boxes, what have you. And then they made it here to Sterling Hill. So they're beautiful representations of nature's eye candy. These are naturally produced. They look like they were cut or dyed, but this is what nature does with elements and compounds. Minerals are nature's chemicals, and given the right environment and slow cooling, we get beautiful, beautiful crystalline specimens that are truly a wonder to behold. We want to strive the theme that mining is the root of everything that we need. If you can't grow it, you have to mine it. And even if you do grow it, you still need chemicals for fertilizer. So when we mine minerals, we're mining chemicals and elements. We're mining metals, we're mining energy resources, we're mining fertilizer, pharmaceuticals. I could go right down the list. We always talked about having a really nice periodic table, one that would be one of the best ones around. And we talked about this for many years. And then finally we acted on it, and we made our periodic table not like a typical periodic table. We wanted to have a spin on it that was appropriate for a mining museum. So our periodic table is basically a 3-view system where we show the mineral that gives us the element. We show the purified element like any other periodic table would show, and then we show what that element is used for. There's a lot of interesting things there that we don't normally connect to mining. A lot of people are not that familiar with where everything comes from. So we made it large. We made it 7 feet by 10 feet, and we spared no expense, and we really did a good job on it. We wanted it to be one of the best of its kind. And we think it's the best. We think it is the best on the planet, not because we built it, but we have thousands and thousands of people coming through here every day looking at it. And these people say, hey, I have this in my basement, or I can get you a piece of that. And the nice thing about it, you'll see in a little while, is the noble gases. Those are the gases, helium and neon, argon, krypton, xenon. We actually have them in tubes. Well, we filled the tubes with the chemical symbols, and we filled them up with the actual gas. And then we put high voltage through the tubes, just like a neon tube. So it's dear to my heart. It was a great project. I won't do it again. It was a very time-consuming and laborious project, but every cubicle in there has a story, and it was fun tracking down the various components, and we're proud to have it at Sterling Hill. Our mine is 35 miles of tunnel. It's 2,700 feet deep. It's more than a half a mile deep. Unfortunately, most of it's flooded. But we have a wonderful tour where you basically walk at the same level. You do go down about 30 feet, but you're basically at the upper level. You still have plenty of rock overhead. There's over 80 feet of rock over your head. And that's really what people come here for. They come here for the mine experience. Most people have never been in a mine. So we start by leaving this museum. We climb up the stairs, and there's a couple things that we want to explain before going in the mine that you haven't seen yet. We talk about the mine cars, how the minerals were brought to the surface on rail. There's a rail system, a vertical rail system. How the miners would get up and down on man cages, which are basically a set of stairs with a wheel on each corner that rides up and down on railroad rails. And we talk about the conveyor belt that you could see outside, how the ore was transported down to the holding tanks, where it was then taken by train to Pennsylvania for final refining. So once that's out of the way, we go inside the mine, and we start off talking about what type of rock we're walking through. We're walking through metamorphic rock, more specifically a marble. The marble is 1.3 billion years old. We show people stalactites and stalagmites. We then proceed to our shaft station, which is the vertical component of the mine. We show the various compartments, what came up each compartment. We have a room where we call it our lamp room, and that's where the miners would stop to get their lighting gear, their headlamps, their safety gear, their respirators, safety respirators in case of an emergency. We talk about why miners use canaries in mines. Canary in a coal mine. Birds are very susceptible to bad gases or not enough oxygen. And then what we're most proud about is our rainbow tunnel. This is a room that we've constructed, and we intercepted a beautiful vein of fluorescent material. And when you go in there, we have the wonderful ultraviolet lights on the ceiling, and we have a beautiful outcrop of wonderful fluorescent minerals. And it's we have basically two areas that we light up. This room is so iconic that the Smithsonian Institution has actually come here. They've purchased our minerals, and they've actually made a model at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. We finish up in our Museum of Fluorescence. Tom Warren was the inventor of the portable ultraviolet light that was able to give the American population a heads-up advantage into finding minerals that we needed for the war effort. When you become famous, when you have a good invention, you get wealthy. And he sunk a lot of the money into beautiful fluorescing specimens. We don't all live forever, and Tom died, and he remembered us. And in his will, he left Sterling Hill Mining Museum his vast collection of fluorescents. Sterling Hill and Franklin, New Jersey, 3 miles to the north, are world famous. We are the mecca for fluorescing minerals. No place else even on the planet, no place on the planet even comes close. We're miles ahead. And it's a fluke of nature. We have the right elements here. Elements that would stop fluorescence are not here. The percentage of those elements are just right. We have over 360 different minerals found here. And out of those, we have about 80 minerals that actually fluoresce. We are the fluorescing mineral capital of the world, bar none. We have an area where we simulate a blast.
Fire in the hole!
We encourage you to visit the Sterling Hill Mining Museum. We think it's one of the best museums around. It connects everything that we need to where it comes from. It's a 2-hour tour that we have here. Basically, weekends at 1 o'clock. In the regular week times, we have our youngsters come and visit. We're proud that we're an educational foundation. Again, we're a 501c3. We do not get any support from the government or from the state. we're one of the few museums that is self-sustaining. We're self-funding, and we do that because of visitors. We do that because people come here and they enjoy a nice 2 or 3 hours, forget about their cares and learn. And they learn in a painless way. Most of the time learning is painful. People don't want to sit and listen and to be lectured. So tell your friends, come and visit. It's not expensive, and I guarantee it'll be probably some of the most 2 hours of the most interesting things that you'll see in your lifetime. And I'm proud to be part of that. Thank you.